coming to Undici tonight to our Vietti tasting. Tonight is a great night. One of the great producers in all of Italy and one of my favorites. I'm a Barolo lover, and most people consider, critics and wine lovers consider Barolo the king of all wines, or the king of Italian wines at least. Barolo transcends time. Verdoni told me once, and I think it's absolutely true, Barolo is time in a bottle. And when you drink some of these Barolos tonight, especially when you get to that the last Barolo, the 01, you'll understand that statement, and I don't think it could be more true about any other wine. About a year ago, they had a tasting at Del Posto, and it was the kings of Barolo, 20 Barolo producers, and Galoni said there was $2 or $3 million worth of Barolo and other wines poured that night. It was absolutely amazing. And I chatted with Luca for a few minutes, and when I shook his hand, I knew something was different. And you say, you shook his hand, how did you know something was different? His hand was that of a working person. A lot of times when we meet winemakers or people in the wine business, they say, I'm the winemaker. And there's some noble aristocrat that's owned land forever and they have the title winemaker, but other people make the wine and they walk into the winery once or twice during harvest and they're the so-called winemaker. Luca is there in the winery, and when you drink his wine, when you drink that last wine today, it has soul, it has essence, it has passion, it has pride. It has pride of people that make wine every single day. And that's so important when you evaluate and when you taste wine. This is wine made by a family. And we'll taste that in each of these wines. Recently, Antonio Galoni wrote that the wines coming from Vietti are outstanding, astonishing, magnificent. And I said, could you use any more adjectives? I mean, it's like every great adjective in the book. The interesting thing about Valero Riserva, in the past 30 years, only 8 vintages did Luca make Barolo Riserva Valero. So it's, you know, we see Riserva all over the place. This is true Riserva. This is made when the conditions are absolutely correct. So before we introduce Luca, my good friend, the Professor Anthony Verdoni, had the honor of working with Luca's father and sister, and he was Luca's chauffeur his first time to the United States. And he's going to tell us just a little bit about his experience with the family.
One time with my friend Bob Shack, in August we went to visit the Currados, and they weren't in the winery. And it's like 100 degrees out. It was very, very hot. They were out in the vineyards pruning back grape clusters, doing a green harvest. Not the workers, they themselves. The family was out there doing a green harvest. It's a lot of hard work. Luca was saying the good thing about a family winery is that you do everything. And the bad thing about a family winery is that you do everything. So these are wines that come from the soul of the family. And even though I'm not really involved in the session tonight, because of the long-term friendship with the Currado family, I really thought it would be good just to come, give Luca a hug, have an espresso, and say a few words about the family. Because they're a wonderful, wonderful family. I know you're going to love the wines. Look at the color on these wines. These are magnificent colored wines. And I'll let you know a little secret. Luca's the best winemaker in the history of the family, but don't say that to any of the other members. He's brought the wines, I think, to a higher level. Okay, so Luca Currado, maybe you can say a few words.